Even not only money, stuff.
Anything you treasure that you cherish in your life, treasure. It could be money, it could be anything you cherish. I cherish my garden.
Means that can be person.
A person or anything you love, your treasure. That I cannot live without this one. Something like that. So
Coffee.
Coffee, yeah, coffee. It's my garden. I don't know how I can live without my garden.
So do I need to share? No.
No, you just to do it in your own heart.
Okay.
You don't have to share. Okay, we move to question 2.
What were the chief priests and the teachers of the law preparing, killing Jesus Christ?
Yeah, they already decided to kill Jesus because, they hate Jesus and Jesus' popularity is so soaring, especially after he raised Lazarus from death. So many people went to see Lazarus. When you see in their plan, can you read verse 2?
Verse 2 is saying, but not during the feast, they said, or the people may riot.
So the time to kill Jesus will be
After.
before or after.
After.
Well, they actually killed Jesus
Before.
So they decided not during the feast because there are so many people. Why people may riot?
They follow Jesus.
Yeah, they trust to follow Jesus. Too many people trust to follow Jesus. So not during the feast, before or after. After before, but actually they did before. Question 3.
What would you feel if you had to die on the cross after 2 days?
Yeah. How you would feel personally? You think?
I will be very scared.
Yeah.
I think I will try to hide myself. Hide myself so no one find me so that I can avoid.
So today is Wednesday, right? So Friday, after 2 days will be Friday. No, this question, hiding is not
possible.
just must die. Must die.
Then maybe very scared, and then maybe don't know what to do. Maybe know what to do, and then maybe no activity. I mean, just staying at home, do nothing, even not sleeping, not eating.
Right. When I see a patient who are dying, it is beyond description. So miserable. They knew they are dying, and so miserable. They lose all dignity, humanity. I mean, they lose their mind. It's just so horrible. And Jesus knew he would die on the cross through crucifixion, and it just so Jesus' mind is hard to explain because he knew he's going to die after 2 days. Question 4.
What was Jesus doing? While he was in Bethany, reclining at the table in the home of a man known as Simon the leper, a woman came with an alabaster jar of a very expensive perfume made of a pure nard. She brought the jar and poured the perfume on his head.
So Jesus was
visiting the Simon. The leper.
Yeah, eating. Jesus was eating at a house. Simon leper. The house owner, maybe Simon the leper, maybe once he was a leprous, a leper patient, maybe he was healed by Jesus. So at that time, Jesus, during day, he was in the temple. At night, he came to Bethany and rested and came back and like that. So 2 days before, there is no activity written in the temple. So just in the dinner is mentioned. Reclining. Reclining is like a half sitting, leaning on. That's the style. Originally, Germans used
They have a table
reclining.
and everybody have this way.
So the Germans started, but at that time, Jewish people also adopted reclining like this and eating.
How about nowadays?
Nowadays, no, I don't think so. Time is different. Jesus was eating. So Jesus was composed. He knew he was going to die, but he was, as usual, he was eating. Question 5.
What happened during the meal? There's an intruder, a woman, and brought very expensive perfume, and then she broke it and then poured onto Jesus' head.
Mm-hmm.
So it could be very embarrassing to everybody.
It was a very unexpected thing happened. That the woman came in, she poured the perfume on Jesus' head. And so Jesus was full of, good smell, fragrance. Now this event is written in each gospel. And the gospel Matthew describe this one. Gospel Mark, we're studying right now. And Gospel Luke is written, and Gospel John. Now, this was is 2 days before Jesus' death. 2 days before Jesus' death. It says 6 days before Jesus' death. But these are one event. One event. And John says this woman is Mary. Martha, Mary, Lazarus, Mary. And then Gospel Luke is not the end of ministry. It says so it was in the middle of Jesus' ministry. Middle of Jesus' ministry, the woman was sinful woman, a very sinful woman. So, breaking alabaster jar happened twice. This one in the middle of Jesus' ministry by a sinful woman at the Pharisee's house. And this one is before Jesus' death, and it was Mary, because John clearly said it was Mary. Some say this is the Mary Magdalene, but there is no clear name mentioned. But this we are studying today is right before Jesus' death, and the woman is Mary. Okay, question 6.
Discuss an alabaster jar made of pure nard. She broke the jar, poured the perfume on his head.
So what is alabaster jar?
Very expensive jar.
Yeah.
And it's a typical particular things for like a containing perfume.
Right. This is the alabastron is the name of a place. Name of a place in Egypt. And this land, this place produced stone. The stone. That stone they call alabaster. Jar made of that stone they call alabaster jar. And then, the stone, they cut it in the shape of a jar. So this is very good to keep perfume because they said had a mouth and the narrow neck and then kind of round body. So this is made of the stone. That stone produced from this land, this alabastron land. So they cut the stone and made the jar like this. And this jar in ancient time is used to keep perfume. And then seal it, the mouth, they seal it with the wax. So then the quality remained. It doesn't deteriorate for a long time. The perfume smell, fragrance, purity. It says pure nard. When they keep the perfume in this alabaster jar, it's a long time. It remains as a pure, keep the purity and the fragrance. So they call alabaster jar. Later on, they made it this shape with gold or silver or glass, and then to keep the perfume. And then they also called alabaster jar, so like a perfume jar. Even though they were made of gold, silver, glass, and they called alabaster jar, but originally made of stone from this area. And some poor family, they kept the clay jar, and some less quality perfumes they kept in the jar. But this Mary's alabaster jar was what is pure, made of pure nard.
Never opened. Oh,
Now, nard is plant, root. And then from the root, certain plant, they extract this perfume. They call like some translations say ointment or some translation perfume. So maybe something that blows like this, pour, But that was extraction from the nard plant, from the root. And this coming from some Syria and India and Himalaya. So in the Bible, what she had, they said is the India, made from India. It's India part of Himalaya, Himalaya, Southeast India. So it is imported. It's imported, so it is extremely expensive, very, very expensive. What does it mean? She broke the jar.
It could be her asset, like a very important for her life, marriage normally, but she offered the most important thing for her to Jesus Christ.
What else?
She
Broke the jar?
never opened the jar before, and then she opened it. And then that means she preserved this photo. And some purpose said that she opened it. And then she just poured. It's like saving some, not that like that. Just pouring.
What do you think she broke the jar?
I think that's the treasure she was cherishing. She was cherishing. And I think she just offered a treasure to Jesus.
Yeah. Whenever I read this part, I thought that she broke the jar.
No. You said it's stone.
I know. That's how I always thought that she broke the jar. But that's how interpretation. But it says that this jar had the mouth of the jar was sealed with the wax. So it was, sealed. And it can be opened only when it is used. So maybe it meant that she removed the wax. Or she literally broke this part, the neck. The jar has a long neck. So maybe, So either one, we do not know. Either she removed the wax and then they wrote it down, she broke the jar, or she broke this one. Really broke it. So then she poured it on Jesus' head. Jesus' head. So that Jesus became, during dinner time, he became, had a perfume shower, full of perfume smell.
So that's oil?
Some translation is ointment, some translation is perfume. So I really don't know the substance. Like in our terms, perfume is liquid, and then it has full of smell, right? But I don't know if it's the same kind or not.
It's an anointment. And the king or the right, they got the ointment like this way. So usually I heard like a woman that broke the jar for the only one husband.
Yeah. So next one, pour the perfume on his head. What does it mean? Sister Judy just mentioned, the daughter, parents give them alabaster jar or perfume jar. So it's used as a dowry. When they get married, they take it when they get married.
Yeah, from the husband. brought to husband.
Yeah, when they get married. So the first day of marriage, she break it and then pour it on husband's feet. And then this means that act of submission and then obedience. And the only person, she cherish, obey, submit, and that the sign of it, her. So a lot of girls had their own jars. So rich women have alabaster jar with very expensive, like Mary. So, Mary, Martha, Lazarus, it says they didn't have parents. Just two sisters and one brother lived together. But maybe they had rich parents. I don't know. Mary had, very expensive alabaster jar. And it was very expensive. So parents gave Mary, maybe, How she got it, we don't know. But the girls, before they get married, they had their own perfume jar. And then they poured it on husband's feet. So this was Mary's dowry. When she get married, she will take it with her and pour it on her husband's feet. And what does it mean when she poured it on Jesus' head?
You're my Lord.
Yeah,
Obedience.
You're my Lord.
Submission.
I mean, she gave it. Up to here, she kept it for her own marriage, for her future husband. But she brought it instead and opened it. She broke it and poured on Jesus' head. So somehow, because she loved Jesus so much, she broke her dream. She sacrificed her dream. And then instead of keeping it for her marriage, she broke it and poured it on Jesus. Question 7.
Why was this woman, Mary, so thankful to Jesus?
Why was Mary so thankful to Jesus and that she opened her treasure and poured it on Jesus' head?
Because of the blood of Lazarus.
Yeah.
So Jesus raised the Lazarus
Yeah.
for blood from the dead.
That they didn't have parents and two sisters, Lazarus. Lazarus' brother was like their father, guardian, protector, but Lazarus was sick and then he died. And Martha and Mary were helpless. Brother died. But Jesus came, raised Lazarus to life. So Mary was so thankful to Jesus because he raised my dead brother to life. I mean, well, it's undescribable. We love, we have loved ones. We loved ones so much, and suppose that loved one died and Jesus raised him. So, what? Raising, getting the dead Lazarus, dead brother is much, much better than alabaster jar. Yeah, having brother back to life is better than alabaster jar. So Mary brought her alabaster jar and broke it, pour on Jesus' head. She was just so thankful to Jesus for that. Question 8.
What did some of those present criticize her act? Some of those present were saying indignantly to one another, "Why this waste of perfume? It could have been sold for more than a year's wages and the money given to the poor." And they rebuked her harshly.
So more than a year's wages. So that what's the average annual income in right now? Maybe
50, 40, 50.
40,000 or $50,000. Her alabaster jar cost this much. And then she just broke it and poured on Jesus' head. $50,000 gone, evaporate on top of Jesus' head. What a waste. This stupid woman. This money, she can sold it, and then this money can be given to poor people. If they give $1,000 each family, they can give to 50 poor families. And this stupid woman wasted. It's gone. $50,000 is gone. They were so angry at her. Question 9.
What is your opinion about her act? I couldn't agree with her more. Absolutely positive. Money, it comes and goes. The value in this world is all limited. But this is a meaningful moment. Savior Jesus, Messiah, they already confess Jesus is Messiah. So there's no comparable value to Messiah in this world, I think. So I think even probably she won more, like an offer
If she had.
This is the most she had.
What is your opinion about her act?
I feel like we can be thankful. We can be just thankful and say thank you. Right? And then, but she just did act. And then, so everybody can see. But I think it's really, action is more powerful than what we say.
So she didn't waste money.
No. I mean, it's like she really. We can say it easily. Thank you. But I think we cannot do easily to act. But she is like
Show that.
right. Show that. So she is more, I think, really devoted and then showing.
Sometimes I think like these disciples, when the July 4th firework and city Spain, $10,000 for 30 minutes firework. So whenever I watch firework, I don't enjoy it. I say, what a waste of money. They could give the money to the poor. I get so angry. And so when I watch the firework, doing it, so look at the money disappearing in the air. So what a waste. And then firework is over, and I said, $10,000 is gone. When we look at Gospel John, this complaint started from Judas Iscariot. He started it, and then all other 11 disciples joined complaining. Question 10.
What did they miss to see when they understood her action through the money? They missed her heart.
Right. They were blind to see her heart. When this is so many people understand the situation through calculating the money, and they make them blind to see the heart. Yeah, I know young people after graduation, they're looking for job and they go by money. No, I said, don't go after money, because more money, there is more trouble. And then you better start from the basic, and then gradually, after you have experience, and gradually move on. When we understand the situation through money, we miss a lot. We become blind. So they were blind to see her heart. They couldn't see her thankful heart, how much she was thankful to Jesus. They couldn't see her sacrifice. They couldn't see her devotion. These things they missed all because they understood the situation according to money. It is very heartbreaking, people understand the things only through money. It's just very disturbing way of thinking through money. Question 11.
What did Jesus see from her action? How did Jesus accept it? Leave her alone, said Jesus. Why are you bothering her? She has done a beautiful thing to me. The poor you will always have with you, and you can help them anytime you want, but you will not always have me. She did what she could. She poured perfume on my body beforehand to prepare for my burial.
Jesus understood her action through, understanding her heart. She brought her alabaster jar. She kept it all her life for her own marriage, for her happy life, for her future. She brought it, and she broke it and poured on Jesus' head. Why? Because she was so thankful Jesus raised her brother from the dead. And this was everything she had. She doesn't have parents who can support her. But she brought it and offered to Jesus. It is 100% devotion. She gave 100%. So even though it was worth $50,000, it was the same as widow's 2 pennies. Because widow gave 100% what she had. Mary's alabaster jar, 100% what she had.
Yeah, I thought about the widow.
Yeah.
Because it's, it's their way of giving is like everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's like to marry, it's this is the for her future.
Uh-huh.
Also, the widow to her, it is 2 pennies, all her what she
To
has.
feed her children. So Jesus saw her 100% devotion to Jesus. Jesus saw her heart because Jesus didn't calculate by $50,000 divided by. So how did Jesus accept it?
Leave her alone, Jesus said.
So
Why are you
Jesus commanded
bothering?
her. She is preparing for my burial.
Jesus accepted it. This is for my death. This is for my burial. Jesus' body will be abandoned on the cross. People, his disciples, all his disciples would run away, hide, abandoned that no one would take care of it. But Jesus accepted this perfume for his burial. Actually, this was 2 days before his death, but Jesus considered it. This is for my death. This is for my burial. 2 days earlier didn't matter. He's already anointed with for his body, for his burial. So Jesus accepted it. This is more for my death. I have not gone that. I do not know what it is like when Jesus said, this is for my burial. It is just so profound, hard to express. I never experienced that kind of situation. Question 12.
Who else served Jesus when he died? You mean after Jesus' burial, and who went there in the tomb? It was women.
Now Jesus died on the cross, and he was left alone here because the disciples all ran away. So,
Joseph Arimathea.
yeah, Joseph Arimathea. Joseph Arimathea came and he opened his own tomb. He prepared new tomb for himself, but he opened the tomb for Jesus' burial. And also, I want to mention that Simon of Cyrene, he carried Jesus' cross. Jesus was too weak to carry his cross, so Simon of Cyrene carried Jesus' cross. And then Mary opened her alabaster jar. Jesus had nothing left. Nothing left. He was left alone. His dead body left alone. But these people honored Jesus and they offered. They are not disciples of Jesus, but they at the time of Jesus' death, they stepped in and then honored Jesus. Question 13.
How did Jesus sublime alabaster jar in the history of the gospel? I tell you the truth, wherever the gospel is preached throughout the world, what she has done will also be told in memory of her. Her act will be also told.
How many alabaster jars were there in the world at that time?
A lot.
Few. It's a limited area and maybe there's a limit of the alabaster.
You know that like almost every girls who get married had alabaster jars or jars made of, when they don't have money, jars made of clay, made of glass, like that. But how many alabaster jars were there in the world at that time? Countless, you know. But Jesus made Mary's alabaster jar the most famous, the most precious, the most memorable. Mary's alabaster jar was lifted up by Jesus. In the history, until the history ends, wherever gospel is preached in the whole world, Jesus wants this story be preached also. So Mary's alabaster jar, Mary thought she gave it and gone, right? Mary thought she broke it and it's gone. She poured it on Jesus, it's gone. But it is not. It became a perpetual, eternal alabaster jar. Because Jesus lifted it up and Jesus accepted it, used it for his own burial, for his death. So, Mary's alabaster jar, the most precious alabaster jar in the whole world, because she poured it on Jesus. Question 14.
What did Judas Zachariah provide a solution to the chief priest? Promised to give him money. Yes.
Yeah, the religious leaders were kind of couldn't decide, right? Before, after the feast, and then but not during. And they were, discussing detail. But Judas Iscariot gave them clue. He's gonna hand him over. And he did it before the feast. Question 15.
How many are you thankful for your life of resurrection? How much? How much are you thankful for your life of resurrection? My life of resurrection.
And the next question.
Are you thankful enough to bring your alabaster jar to honor Jesus?
Are you thankful enough to bring your treasure to Jesus?
My treasure is my life. I offer my life to Jesus. So I think there's nothing left. I go for Jesus first, my family, and everything. So, and then the many way, I think that it's different way to offer alabaster jar. So for Mary, it was a perfume. Me, my strength, my energy, my talent God gave me. So I use for Jesus Christ.
Amen.
Now, you have a doubt? No.
No, during preparation, I thought we received the same grace. Lazarus died and he was raised. We received the same grace. We died in sin, we raised in life. And then physically we will die, but we will be raised to eternal life. Each Christians, each one of us receive the grace of resurrection. Why is Mary so thankful? And then we feel it's granted. It's a package deal. When you become a Christian, it's coming as a package deal. Earthly blessing, all this resurrection, eternal life, all this coming in a package. I saw we receive the same grace, but Mary is so thankful, but we're not. We keep our alabaster jar, and no way, no way we give. This is for my own happiness. This is for my own dream. No way I can bring my alabaster jar to offer to Jesus. So that was my question when I prepare. Why Mary is so thankful to Jesus, and then I'm not. All right. I will pray and I'll finish Bible study, and then after that we discussion. All right.